Okay, I know I ended the first video, and here's the real reason why I'm putting this out too. Because what I don't understand is I was mentioning earlier about the controversy, the supposed controversy, because they want you to latch on about the Christmas song, "Baby It's Cold Outside," and you have uh, the Me Too movement uh, up in arms about it, and how I mentioned earlier that you can't have it both ways when if your platform is about awareness and inclusiveness. And the reason why I wanted to point this out because I needed under I needed better clarity why. Because the holidays is about what? The ultimate representation of love, which is what? The symbolization of the birth of Christ. Correct? We can agree upon that. Now, what I don't understand about that song, everybody's heard about the song. Everybody's grown up listening to that. The song was created in 1944, right? But now, because of the lyrical content, and countless people have done their spin on that song, it is deemed misogynist. And my thing was, well, if you're gonna have that position, then you're gonna have to turn around and look at everything else that's been put out there for mass consumption too. But what really got me to put this video out was that the news reported they did a story about the history of it, as well as they spoke with the composer's daughter, who is now in her mid 70s, and her response to that, as I paraphrase, was everything was all good until Bill Cosby. Really? So we're going to lump that song and make that an illustration on supposed indecencies done by Bill Cosby. But yet, we're silent in regards to the countless CEOs that have preyed upon employees that were seeking advancement. How about why is it that it is December 8th, 2018, and Harvey Weinstein is still walking around? Hmm? How's that? How is it that the CEO that was over NBC, he's not behind bars? But let's go a little deeper. If it's about what's right, what about all the women that have done the same thing? What about them? They get a pass? Because if it's about inclusion, it should be about what's right and what's wrong. I don't understand that. It seems now it's like everything is financially and politically motivated to serve a deeper and possibly more sinister agenda. So that kind of made me feel a certain kind of way because I was wondering, like, wait a minute, I didn't understand the attachment to Bill Cosby until they ran the clip that was done by Saturday Night Live, which I think was totally inappropriate, because we can throw that as and throw the racial card on top of that if we really want to go there. But that could be anybody in a position of power, of influence. But yet, still, the Me Too movement wants to talk about justice, but yet I don't see nobody complaining about these school teachers messing with these little boys. Why are we turning a blind eye on that? I'll tell you why. Because it doesn't fit your agenda. If it's about right and about wrong, why isn't there any proactiveness? And speaking of proactiveness, one of the most running jokes in our social climate that's going on today is the ability to protest. Because protesting doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything at all. But yet, when you see the media, because yes, the reporter's got to get his story. Haven't you noticed when the camera's rolling, you look at the disposition of the people that are out there? How is it they go from one mood swing to the next as soon as the red light's on? Every time there's a protest, you see a bunch of college students and just those that want to be rebel risers. And that goes with any demographic that just wants to cause trouble in a town near you, in a city near you, in a state near you. They all got that smirk on their face. They all got that look like I'm up to no good. And who ends up paying for it? You do. Your taxes, your time, by more restrictions, by more sanctions. Ultimately, you feeling it in your wallet and in your purse. But we're talking about inclusiveness, right? Well, if we're going to call a spade, which I shouldn't say that because that's really racist too, the biggest community that has been disfranchised has been those who believe in God. But we're in a climate now where people have been emboldened and have basically taken a position to say, I don't care what you believe in. It doesn't matter. As long as it does not infringe on my agenda. And when you decide to speak from your heart, not with violence, not with malice, they want to ostracize and censor you. What's the point on having civil liberties? Doesn't that go against the Constitution? But then again, I can also say, what's the point on having laws and regulations if you choose not to follow them? Call me a dreamer. Call me an optimist person. But then again, it was written long ago that this is nothing more than an illustration of the wheat being removed from the shaft. And there will come a time when all things will be brought upon us. All accountabilities will be required. And your life will be seen again. And that will separate those who are real compared to those that were only hiding in the shadows. Family, some of you understand what I'm saying. And I'm not trying to get on my soapbox, but listen. Stand on what you believe. Never compromise your belief because it's convenient. Don't do that. Because all that does is validate the things you don't. Remember, it's your story, it's your responsibility. Who's going to tell it? Is it you? Peace.